Hello, fine folks. How's your day? I hope you all are doing absolutely fine. Today, we're diving into the chaotic world of our entitled parents, where entitlement knows no bounds. From outrageous demands to jaw-dropping audacity, these stories will have you shaking your head and maybe even laughing out loud. So, sit back, relax, and let's explore just how wild some parents can get.
Mom sued legal guardian for visits that she is responsible for planning. Hey, 15M here, and I have a story semi-recent and wanted to share. First, I want to state that I love my mom, but because she has brain damage, so she reacts a little irrationally and cannot understand situations from someone else's point of view, but this was a new level of crazy. I won't tell you how I got into my legal guardian's care, as that is a little more personal, but the custody agreement that the judge came up with was that I was in the hands of my legal guardian. We needed calls twice every week, which I am still mandated to take and are a pain in the ass. That mom was responsible for calling, which she doesn't forget to do very often. And then there were visits, my mom and legal guardian. From how I get it is that every 2 months a visit was to be held. Usually one party would suggest a time to meet, and the other gave the yay or nay as to whether it could happen, with the exception of, if I wanted to, I could ask for a visit at any time. My legal guardian left mom to make visit plans, and then my legal guardian would give the green light if nothing was in the way. From now on I'm shortening legal guardian to LG, and this was fine in theory, if my mom hadn't planned the visit for like a week out from the time she called. So you can imagine most of these visits couldn't happen because my LG was busy, had something planned for me or herself. So instead of visits every 2 months, there'd be like visits every 4 months minus holidays like Mother's Day, her birthday, and Christmas. And what's my dear sweet mother do about it a year ago? You read the title, so, ladies and gentlemen, drumroll please. Drumroll, yes, yes sirs and ma'ams. She sued for more visitation. But not something like planned visits forced on the every 2 months. No, my mom wanted unsupervised visits at her home every 2 godforsaken weeks. So my LG lawyered up and got my guardian ad litem, very sweet lady. And now that I was over 13, I could have a voice in court since I semi-knew what I was talking about. And boy oh boy, let me tell you, I did not want that. Adults freak me out a little, obviously stronger than a teenager, authority out the wazoo, and I hate loud noises. I get full-on panic attacks, so you can imagine how on edge I'd be the moment a crazy woman I am obligated to call my mom starts thinking I should respect her, and so she'll raise her voice for the aliens in space to hear when I question her on something I don't think is right. Seriously, when are teenagers getting buffs? So going to my mom's home for hours every 2 weeks, and no one to step in if she flips her shit came out of left field with a loaded shotgun, and I didn't want that. So I said I'd speak in court and give my word. The court came around. I didn't have to speak in court because the judge was on holiday, I think. Not sure, it was near the most wonderful time of the year, so hope he enjoyed it, and a mediator took his place instead and just tried to get us to agree. A few hours of adults yapping until their jaws felt sore later, we came out with visits not planned, but set in stone for the first Sunday of every month, unless something came up, of course, at a set restaurant of my choice. Garden of Olives chicken Alfredo, best meal there, fight me, and also on holidays. Good ending after all this, because there is one, is that we were supposed to go to court again to change plans, and a few weeks ago the lawyers went to go do their job of professional yapping of legal stuff, and my mom has laid off her whack-ass demands of unsupervised visits for hours every 2 weeks at her home, and it will just be a visit. First Sunday of every month, and now no more legal issues, as far as I know, loom over me, but do expect an update if something interesting to this story happens. Thanks for reading, and I love you.
This story is a whirlwind of entitlement and resilience. Despite his mom's challenges due to brain damage, suing for unsupervised visits she's responsible for arranging is undeniably effed up. It's inspiring how this 15-year-old bravely stood his ground, even with the stress of dealing with adults in courtrooms. Thankfully, the court reached a fair compromise that respected his boundaries and brought some stability to an otherwise chaotic situation. Also, choosing Olive Garden's chicken Alfredo as the meeting spot? Solid move.
My dad thinks I spend more time with my husband's family than my own, but the truth is the opposite. Do I really not visit my family enough? I'm so fucking exhausted with their demands. I confirmed plans with my dad for my husband and I to come over today, and he responded with, well, I'm gonna tell you, I feel like you guys are always putting his needs or his family before your needs, and your family, that's not fair. What? Are you kidding me right now? I am a grown-ass adult who still fucking answers to her family's every beck and call like a child. Y'all need money? I give you money. Need a driver? I'm your driver. Need me to babysit? I'll babysit. House sit when my mom and stepdad are away on business trips? Yep, I have to do that a lot. Want me to come to an event? Give me time and date, I'm there. All of that for free because they're family, while also having to juggle married life, a full-time job, weekly appointments because on top of all this I have multiple disabilities and I'm barely able to even work full-time to begin with, and daily responsibilities. Not to mention I come over just to visit multiple times a month. That's not even including the times they need me. I do everything I can for my family at the cost of my mental health and energy, but apparently it's not enough. Nothing I do is ever enough. I'm so tired. My husband, on the other hand, maybe gets to see someone from his family once every 3 months for months so on. It's actually not fair to him at this point. My dad is completely deluded because the situation is the other way around. My husband and I have not seen his mother since Thanksgiving. But we visited my dad twice just this week alone and about to do it again today. Not to mention once the week before, and before that, etc. This is the text I sent back. I don't see how. My cousin just spent half a week with me. I was at Nana's for Christmas and I went to see Nini and Papa too. We visit you several times a month. I go to all my siblings' events. When they say they need me there, I'm there. He never gets to go to his. He's not even been able to go to a single one of his brother's basketball games. He has had to drop plans with his family because someone from my family demanded we be there, and it's not fair to him. I've never dropped plans with mine for his. He sees his family once every few months. In fact, next weekend, he's literally about to go see his grandmother for the first time in 4 years, and I'm getting to meet her. He has met all of my family, and I'm always getting to see all with or without him there. I've only met his parents, one set of grandparents and siblings. And we are married, and yet I still have yet to meet so many people. That's how little he gets to see his family. It's been over a year since him or his siblings have even seen their dad. In fact, no one can even get a hold of him. We went to his mom's for Thanksgiving and yesterday for a late Christmas. Before Thanksgiving, it had been a few months since we had visited her. We're going to your house for your Christmas tonight. We saw you at Nana's for Christmas at her place, and I visited you a few days before that too. Not to mention, I see Mom and my siblings multiple times a month. His response was, well, maybe it's just me, I feel like y'all do that too. Because you definitely do not come visit me several times a month. And I invite y'all almost every single week. I'm 10 minutes away, and it's maybe once a month that you come by, and sometimes not even that. And y'all have never ever, not one time invited me and my brother to come visit and spend time with y'all at your place, okay? First, I visit him every Saturday, and if I can on Saturday, then I do on Sunday evening. Second, he invites us to church. Not to come over and hang out. We are of a different religion. I'm not going to his church or any church. I am extremely uncomfortable with it and have told him over and over again the answer will always be no, and yet he still asks every Sunday. Sorry, but not only do we believe in something different, but we are the exact type of people your denomination loudly and proudly proclaims to hate. Third, he lives 30 minutes away, not 10. Don't know where he pulled that number from. Fourth, we don't invite my side of the family over, besides my cousins, because they are judgmental as hell and have tried to rudely just show up at our door without calling. When we were moving, they made rude remarks about our roommate, yes, married with a roommate common in our area. Shit is expensive, our dog, decorations, our lifestyle, our beliefs, how I don't do a good enough job cleaning the floors. Because we have a high-shedding dog, our floors are never going to be completely void of dog hair, but I promise I spend a lot of time cleaning, etc. Just said rude and judgmental things in general. He has said over and over again how he doesn't like how much our Husky/German Shepherd mix sheds and how he would get dog hair all over him, plus my brother is terrified of dogs, so like, why is he even bringing this up as a point? He doesn't even want to come over himself. I'm just fucking exhausted. It feels like everyone wants to push and pull me around and demand time with them. I do enough, don't I? I personally don't know people my age, 22, that spend as much time with their family as I do. I know some people who haven't spoken to their parents since they moved out. I have a friend that has seen hers 3 times this entire year. In my opinion, he should feel blessed he gets to spend any time with me at all. I'm trying to have my own life and balance all this other shit at once. Give me some grace, god damn it. TLDR, I see my family a lot, always at least once a week, often more. I also do a lot of things for them outside of visiting, like being a driver, babysitting, house sitting, or even giving them money. My husband rarely sees his family. But my dad claims what I do is not enough and that I give more attention to my husband's family, which is the complete opposite of the truth.
This story highlights the exhausting reality of being pulled in every direction by family demands, even when you're already going above and beyond. Despite juggling a full-time job, disabilities, and married life, OP still manages to cater to her family's constant needs, often at the expense of her husband and his family. Yet, her dad's baseless accusations show just how blind some people can be to the effort and sacrifice others make. It's a classic case of taking someone for granted, and honestly, Opie deserves a break and some genuine gratitude.
Dad controlled my hair. So growing up, my dad refused to let me cut my hair short. The shortest I could cut it was to my shoulder blades, and at other times it reached my butt. The only color I could dye it was red. Pretty sure I know why that color. It wasn't until I was 16 that my mom let me cut my hair to my shoulders. I honestly loved it, and thankfully my dad didn't say anything. I finally convinced him to let me dye my hair black. Never went back to that color, but hey, my mistake to learn. Just I still don't understand why parents control their kids' hair so much. Worst case, they hate it. Best case, they love it. Like, he should have let me make mistakes with my hair. Let me figure out what I wanted instead of being so controlling.
Hair is such a personal form of self-expression, and OP's dad controlling it felt stifling. Mistakes with hair are harmless. It grows back. Thankfully, OP eventually broke free, but it's a reminder that parents should let their kids figure things out for themselves. And that's it for today's dose of entitled antics. Which story left you shaking your head the most? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the wildest Reddit tales. Until next time, stay awesome, fine folks.